She thought helping a stranger was simple. She was wrong. That one small act set off a chain reaction that would either save her or destroy her completely. Imagine giving someone your kindness, not knowing it could change your life or endanger it. That's exactly what happened the day the stranger walked in with nothing but a smile. He never spoke, never asked for anything. But the moment she touched his hands, she triggered a secret that powerful people wanted buried. Could she survive what came next? Every Tuesday, he came in quietly, until one day he didn't. And the envelope he left behind made her question everything she'd ever believed about kindness, luck, and fate. She had no idea the stranger smiling at her every Tuesday was about to change her life forever. And when the letter arrived, her world shattered in ways she never imagined. What he left her wasn't just money. It was a secret that could ruin everything she thought she knew. Would she have the courage to face it? Elena Ramirez is just like any other young mother trying to make ends meet. But what she does every day quietly changes the lives of those around her. One ordinary act of kindness, unnoticed by most, is about to create a ripple far beyond her imagination. Elena bends over a vase of roses, tying a ribbon with care. Her hands are slightly dirt-stained, knuckles knotted with fatigue. Behind her, Mia, her bright-eyed 5-year-old, colors at a corner table. Customer enters abruptly. Customer, impatiently mourning. I need a dozen red roses. Make them perfect. Quickly. Elena, smiling, gentle of course. I'll make them just right. Elena carefully wraps the flowers, sets them aside, and notices an elderly neighbor shivering outside the shop. Without hesitation, she hands the neighbor a small bouquet of leftover blooms. The neighbor's eyes glisten. The audience immediately connects to Elena's empathy. Inside, petal and thorn. Phones ring, water drips from recently watered plants. The cash register chaotically pings. Bills, Mia's checkup, rent, every day is a balancing act. And yet, I can't help but care. There's always someone else who needs a smile. Mr. Richard Holloway enters, cane tapping, slow, measured steps. Elena, good morning, Mr. Holloway. Same as usual. Holloway, softly, almost inaudible, yes. Elena carefully helps him with a vase, noting the stiffness in his hands. The audience senses a quiet connection forming, a subtle, almost sacred bond between two strangers in a shared space of trust. Elena's kindness is instinctive. Holloway's small smile hints at his appreciation. Elena, to herself, whispering, maybe next month, maybe the cafe will finally be real. The audience feels her exhaustion, her longing, and her perseverance. As she walks home in light rain, Elena spots a homeless man shivering under an awning. She gives him her scarf, smiling softly. Her character is defined not by grand gestures, but by consistent, quiet acts of empathy. Tuesday morning at the flower shop. Mr. Holloway approaches again, slower than usual. Elena notices he struggles with the bouquet she handed him last week. Elena, let me help you hold that, Mr. Holloway. He nods, hesitant but grateful. I wonder what brought him here every week. Why the same humble bouquet, the same quiet smile. Elena's small kindness is quietly transformative, though she cannot yet know how far-reaching it will become. Before we continue with this incredible journey, I spent countless hours researching and crafting this story to bring you something truly meaningful. If stories like this touch your heart, and you want to see more acts of kindness that restore faith in humanity, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. It means the world to me and helps these important stories reach others who need to hear them. Now let's see what happens next. Have you ever witnessed an act of kindness that completely changed your perspective? Share your story in the comments below. A sun-drenched Tuesday morning. Rain from the previous night has left tiny puddles that shimmer on the cobblestone streets outside, petal and thorn. The flower shop smells of damp earth, fresh petals, and morning dew. Scene. Elena arranges a bouquet of mixed daisies and tulips. Her movements are precise, almost meditative, even as Mia colors quietly in the corner. Door chimes ring softly. Holloway, shuffling in, cane tapping. Good morning, Elena. Elena smiles warmly. Morning, Mr. Holloway. The usual? Holloway. Yes, please. Elena notices his hands, thin, veined, with a slight tremor. She gently steadies the vase for him. Elena, softly, while arranging the flowers, I noticed your hands shake a little last week. Here, I'll hold it while you adjust the stems. Holloway nods, silently grateful. There's a subtle trust forming, almost sacred. Elena senses a quiet story behind this man, something untold. Elena wraps the bouquet carefully, adding a single extra tulip as a small surprise. Elena, I thought you might like this one. It's a little brighter than usual. Holloway hesitates, then smiles faintly. Thank you. The audience feels the warmth and intimacy in this small exchange. Elena's simple gesture sparks an unspoken recognition in Holloway. Someone finally notices and cares. Elena, thinking quietly, I wonder what makes a man like him come here every week. And yet, he's always so quiet, so careful not to ask for anything more than he needs. Holloway, softly, almost a whisper, kindness is rare. You make it common. Holloway leaves with the bouquet, careful steps echoing softly on the floorboards. Elena watches from behind the counter, heart quietly lifted. Later that afternoon, Elena reflects on the encounter while preparing dinner at home. Mia chats about her day, oblivious to the adult concerns. Mia, Mom, why do you always help Mr. Holloway? Elena, smiling, softly, sometimes people just need a little help to keep going. And a smile can mean more than 100 words. Mr. Holloway quietly observes her patience and integrity, noting every small act. Helping neighbors, giving extra blooms, managing the shop with grace. The following week, Elena is busy arranging a window display. Holloway enters, but this time he lingers, observing her work. Holloway, you always choose the right flowers. Elena laughs softly. I try. Each one tells a story. Holloway, and some stories are worth more than gold, I suppose. Elena, he speaks in riddles, but I feel he's beginning to see me, not just my flowers. Maybe this connection is mutual. Elena feels a strange curiosity. Holloway appears reflective, hinting at a hidden past. What would you do if you discovered someone with incredible talent or wisdom living quietly in difficult circumstances? Let me know your thoughts below. I read every comment. A crisp autumn morning. Leaves swirl outside, petal and thorn. The shop is bathed in warm golden light. Elena arranges a new seasonal display, while Mia draws at the corner table. Holloway enters, leaning on his cane, but with a slightly lighter step. Holloway, you have a way of making flowers speak, Elena. Elena, blushing slightly, I just try to show people what's already there. Holloway, quietly, like some truths that are overlooked. Elena senses a subtle invitation to conversation. Holloway's admiration is genuine but measured, a reflection of his reserved nature. Over several weeks, small routines form. Holloway asks Elena's opinion on flower arrangements. He shares faint stories of his travels and lost passions. Elena continues teaching Mia small acts of kindness, helping neighbors, giving leftover flowers, and patience with difficult customers. Holloway, you treat people, even strangers, with respect. That's rarer than any treasure I've ever held. Elena, we all have burdens, but little kindnesses, they make the world lighter, don't they? Holloway, soft smile, perhaps you're right. A week later, the shop is unusually busy. Elena struggles to manage impatient customers, school pickup calls, and a late bill reminder. Holloway enters, but Elena is distracted, sighing under the weight of daily pressures. Holloway, gently, you seem tired today. Elena, it's just life keeps piling up. I try to give what I can, but sometimes it feels never enough. Holloway notices Elena's exhaustion, and worries she may not sustain herself. Financial stress, health of her parent, solo parenting, dreams delayed. Later that day, Holloway leaves a small note in the shop. Even the smallest acts are seeds for greatness. Keep planting, Elena. Elena reads it, tears welling. It reinforces the message that her quiet acts of kindness are seen and meaningful. Elena's shop faces a sudden setback. A large order for a corporate event is canceled at the last minute. Bills pile up. She feels hopeless. Mia, Mom, maybe Mr. Holloway can help? Elena, smiling sadly, some things we must face ourselves, honey. But kindness is never wasted. Holloway watches from the doorway, noting her resilience, integrity, and perseverance despite mounting struggles. He remains an observer, silently evaluating her character for reasons not yet revealed. A neighbor questions why Elena spends so much time helping a stranger, hinting at societal skepticism. Elena occasionally questions whether her kindness is noticed or appreciated. Though intrigued and grateful, he hesitates to involve himself further, fearing his wealth and past could overwhelm her life. Holloway, thoughtful, I've seen the world, Elena, and yet, you navigate it with more grace than most. It's remarkable, but I wondered, should I interfere? Elena, softly, kindness isn't interference. It's living in the truth of what we can give. Holloway, I've let opportunities slip, dreams abandoned, people I wished I had helped. Maybe it's too late now. Elena, gently, it's never too late to make a difference. Sometimes one person can change everything. Holloway's eyes linger on Elena's hands, on Mia's small acts of kindness. The shop begins to gain quiet respect from regular customers who notice Elena's resilience and gentle nature. Holloway observes these interactions with subtle pride, realizing her impact extends beyond him. Customer, Elena, you always go the extra mile, even when life seems unfair. Thank you. Elena, modestly, it's just what anyone can do for someone else, really. Have you ever had to overcome obstacles to help someone you cared about? What challenges did you face? Share your experience below. A crisp morning at Petal and Thorn. Elena is arranging tulips when the shop door swings open. A formal-looking lawyer enters, carrying a thick envelope. Lawyer, Ms. Ramirez. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Richard Holloway. May we speak in private? Elena, confused, hesitant. Mr. Holloway? Is he? Lawyer, gently. I'm afraid he has passed. He left instructions specifically for you. Shock, grief, disbelief. Elena leans against the counter, struggling to absorb the news. Mia clings to her leg, sensing her mother's distress. The lawyer hands Elena Holloway's will and a personal letter. Letter excerpt. Elena, in you I saw the kindness and integrity I wish the world held more of. This gift is not just material, but an opportunity for you to continue spreading light. Please care for the shop, the botanical fund, and the treasures as you see fit. Elena steps into Holloway's estate for the first time. She's overwhelmed by the grandeur and the tasks ahead. Expanding operations while staying true to her values. Allocating resources for research and community projects. Resolving Holloway's estate and addressing potential family claims. Elena, to herself, this isn't just wealth, it's responsibility. I can't let kindness become a mistake. She flips through Holloway's personal notes and letters, discovering practical guidance and personal philosophies on integrity, leadership, and giving back. Holloway's distant relatives arrive, contesting the will. Tensions rise in a formal meeting. Relative, Elena, you were merely a shopkeeper. This inheritance should belong to us. Elena, firmly, Mr. Holloway chose to leave these things in my care because he believed in integrity and kindness. I intend to honor that. Elena studies Holloway's letters daily, learning financial literacy, understanding investments, budgeting, and the botanical fund. Leadership, making decisions for the shop and fund. Legacy building, creating programs that combine her love for flowers with community impact. Letter excerpt from Holloway. True wealth is measured not in coins, but in lives improved and joy spread. Lead with kindness, even when the world questions your choices. Mia's role: the young daughter assists by watering plants, sorting flowers, greeting customers with cheerful manners. One evening, Elena contemplates the overwhelming pressure. She whispers to Mia, "Elena, what if I can't do it all, honey? What if I fail him?" Mia, "Mom, he believed in you. And I believe in you too." Elena internalizes that kindness and integrity, not wealth or skill alone, will guide her through challenges. Weeks pass. Elena grows confident and resourceful. Shop thrives under her management, introducing botanical workshops and community events. Botanical Fund launches scholarships for young environmentalists and florists. Legal challenges are resolved with evidence of Holloway's documented wishes and her responsible stewardship. Elena, kindness, it's never wasted. It grows, blooms, and reaches places we never imagined. A quiet Tuesday morning, Elena arranges flowers for her customers. She notices a frail man struggling with a vase, a scene echoing her first encounter with Holloway. Elena, smiling, softly, "Let me help you with that." The man smiles, grateful. Mia watches, understanding the lessons her mother embodies. The camera lingers on the small gesture, emphasizing the ripple effect of kindness. This story shows how one act of kindness can change everything. What's one way you could make a difference in someone's life today? Challenge yourself and share your commitment in the comments. One year later, the Petal and Thorn flower shop is thriving, bustling with community members, students, and tourists who have heard about Elena's botanical programs. Children learning to plant seeds in small workshops. Elderly neighbors receiving weekly floral deliveries. A wall in the shop displaying photos and thank you notes from scholarship recipients of the Botanical Fund. Elena, to Mia, softly, "Look at all this, honey. All because we chose kindness." Mia, smiling, handing her mother a small bouquet, "And it keeps growing, Mom." Elena is invited to a small-town ceremony honoring her contribution to local education, environmental awareness, and community well-being. Mayor Elena Ramirez has shown us that even the smallest acts of kindness can blossom into a legacy that touches generations. Emotional swell as Elena humbly accepts recognition, sharing credit with Mia and the community, reinforces that kindness, when nurtured, has ripple effects far beyond what the giver or receiver could imagine. Elena and Mia return to the shop, quietly arranging flowers for delivery to a local hospital. Elena, "Holloway once told me that true wealth isn't measured in coins, but in the lives we touch. I've learned that kindness is a gift that keeps multiplying. Every smile, every small gesture, every act of empathy matters. And that's the greatest legacy we can leave behind." Elena continues her Tuesday ritual, helping anyone who struggles in small ways. A subtle nod to Holloway, who first inspired her to see the value of empathy. Stories like this remind us that extraordinary kindness exists all around us. If this touched your heart, please like this video. It helps more people discover these inspiring stories. Subscribe for more tales of human kindness that will restore your faith in humanity. And most importantly, look for opportunities in your own life to be someone's unexpected blessing. What act of kindness will you perform this week? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And remember, you have the power to change someone's entire world. If you could honor someone who quietly changed your life, what would you do for them? Share your story in the comments. We might feature it in our next video.